Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have a good looking puzzle here. This one is called Powers of Two by Bobo. And I don't know, I didn't really have much to, I just saw it and it looked fun. It was highly rated, so I thought I'd give it a go. And that's about it. Sometimes I don't really have some miraculous reason as to why I like to look to solve a puzzle, but so let's jump into the rules of this thing and see what we can get figured out. So of course, again, it's called Powers of Two by Bobo. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, so every row, every column, and every 3x3 box contains the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got killer cages, so digits and cages must stump the number in the top left corner and cannot repeat. So let's look at this 16 cage here. These 3 digits must add up to 16, and we cannot repeat them, even though these 2 digits would normally be allowed to by other Sudoku rules. The killer cage says that that cannot be the case. Then we have little killer, so digits along marked diagonal sum to the number indicated outside the grid. So if you look at this guy right here, this long diagonal, all of these digits once added together must add up to that 32. Same goes for all of these other ones. Then we've got Kropki dots. Cells joined by a black dot must have a ratio of 1 to 2. So these guys, these 2 guys, whatever this digit is, this one is either half or double of it. Or the other example, I'd say if you're more into arithmetical type of situations, and I'm fumbling my words because I can't think right now, is that this is either, if this is x over 2 or 2x. Okay, let's reset the brain and let's get into this puzzle and see if we can get it figured out. So there were a couple of things as I was reading the rules and scanning around that seemed like they were going to give us some pretty quick information, which I don't have a problem with, especially these last couple of days. This has to be a 2. It's in a 2 cage, and it must add up to 2, and there's only 1 digit, so it must be 2. This must be a 2 because it's on a little killer. These must be from 1 and 3 because they are a 4-cell cage, and there only can be one way to make that in a 2 cells. This here must be a 1-3 because again, it's 2 cells where we cannot repeat a digits, therefore 1-3 is the only way to go. And then we start getting into a little bit more work that needs to be done. Now I know this 8 cage must have a 1 on it, but because it's extending into another region, I'm a little bit hesitant to mark it in that way. So let's maybe look at this 8. So what are our bare minimums here? This could be 1, this could be a 1-2, that's 4, and then, so we still have a lot that could be put on this on this row. Now I don't know that we can rule out this as a 3 either, because it still leaves it with 5 here. This could be 1, this could be 1, and this could be 2, that's only 4. So there still is a level of differentiation there that we could determine. Now again, I don't know if this 64 is going to do us much good either, because while it is a very high number, we have a lot of cells that we can use to get to it. So let me think about this one in my head for a second. 34. 18 is what, 52? Actually, wait, this is a max, I think. Let's do the math, and I'll try to do it without fumbling, but I'm no guarantees. These are the maximum amounts that can go in here. So we've got 17, we've got 34, we get 43. Oh, I've got an itch on my leg, I can't get rid of it. 43, sorry, 52, and 61. And then therefore we would have to have another 3 to get us to 64, and that works perfectly fine. So this must be this way. So I'm glad I did take a second to think about those, because that's going to help, I'm sure, quite massively. Now, from there, what can we do? Well, we get another 9 down here. basic Sudoku, which is going to give us these 8s and 9s. What else? Is there anything else with the 9s before I move along? Can't have a 9 in any of these. So one of these two is a 9. Means none of these are 9s, so one of these two is. Don't know that there's much more in it than that. Now these Kropkis, well, we do have this 2 here, which is nice because it removes the possibility of 1, 2, and 2, 4. There's still the possibility of 3, 6, and 4, 8. And we can't quite get to the point of differentiating that yet. Now, the other thing to look at, I guess, is... Oh, wait, we can actually... This can't be a 9. If I looked at the 16, we already have 8 on it, so we only have 8 more to go. This can't be a 9. So we get rid of that. We can put a 9 here, and it's going to give us our 8 and our 9. Now let's take a look at those 9s again. There must be a 9 in the 16 cage. Now, if that's the case, what can we put in the rest of it? Because it leaves 7. We can't use a 1. So we either have a 6-2 or a 4-3 situation. Now this clearly isn't 9. These are not 3. Does that do much for us? Wait, what am I doing? Hold on. Well, I think I just completely blew out my mind and can't do math again. We have to have 7 left. We can't have 6-1. So it's either 5-2 or 4-3. I think I said 6 for some reason. 5-2 and 4-3. These can't be 3s. Therefore, this can't be a 4 because it would force this to be a 3, or this one here to be a 3. I don't know. This doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Although that putting the 9 in that 16 cage is somewhat restrictive. It doesn't look like we have quite enough information to take it any further, so we probably have to look somewhere else. Now, this 32 clue, I mean, maybe we do need to just look at it. What are the bare minimums we can put in these? So we've got 1, 2, 4, which is 7. We've got 1, 3, 4, which is 8. That would get us up to 15. Plus 2 is 17. We would have to have another 15 to get up to 32, which is very easy to do. So I don't think that's doing anything. Let's look at this 8 clue. And maybe this 30, because I haven't even bothered to look at this 32 clue yet. The 8s. Is there anything on the 8s that are... Or now maybe I look back at the 8 diagonal because there was only 1 layer. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm being dumb again. Look at the 8s. This can't be a 9. This is our 9. Which means this is our 9. Okay. Was that it for the 9s then? It certainly was. Now let's go back and look at our 8s. And if there's anything we can do with them. I don't think so, because we don't have very much. Now let's look at that 8 further. Because we know we already have 3 on it. And we know the bare minimum for this is 2, so that's got the 5 already. The bare minimum of this is 2, which is 7, so therefore those have to be it. And then this has to be a 1. Okay, there's something. That 2 then does remove the 2s here, so I just didn't take the proper step to get through this. So this can't be 5-2, it must be a 4-3, which means this is the 3 and this is the 4. I accidentally double-clicked there. Now, on this 32 cage, we have to have a 2. That may or may not be interesting. We have a 2 here just by plain Sudoku. These must be 2. What else? Still not quite seeing anything there. What else did we get in those last few bits of digits? Doesn't look like the 3s are going to do anything for us. And we didn't get any more 8s, so it's kind of hard to do anything with those. We've got the 64 done, we've got the 8 done, we've got the 4 and the 2 done. We still have the 16 cage. Now again, let's look at this one. Let's just show our mins and maxes to maybe there's something out there that we can do. But it doesn't really feel like it just looking at it blankly. The min this could be is 2. The min this could be is 2. The min this could be is 1. So yeah, we're nowhere near on that guy. And again, the black Kropki doesn't quite give us enough here. We've ruled out the 1-2 possibility here. But this could still be 2-4, 4-8, or 3-6. I don't think we've done anything further on this guy. We know it can't be 1-2 or 2-4. And this couldn't be a 4 because of this. So if this is a 4-8, it would be a 4-8 that way. And then the other option is still the 3-6. The 3-6 has not been ruled out in any way. Does the 8 do anything? Because if we had an 8 here, that would force an 8 up in here. Maybe I need to take a further look at this 32 cage. It's a 6-cell 32 cage. The minimum we can do in 6 cells is 1 through 6, which is 21, which is a long way off from where we going to. So what can we do on that one, if anything? I don't really see much. And we know there has to be a 2 on it. It can't ever have a 9 on it. But it could have anything else. Sorry, I'm doing some mental math. I don't think it's helping me in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to try to do it real quick. Maybe it is. It does have to be maxed out. I think it might have to. Because if we were to do, we know we can't have a 9, so it would be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then the 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Well, 8, 7, 6 is 21. The 5 and 4 is 9. That's 30 plus the 2. Yeah, it has to be that. That's weird. Then, of course, none of these can be 8s, so this is our 8. All right, so is that 8 enough to give us more? It is. This is an 8. And this can no longer be an 8, so this cannot be the 4-8 anymore. This is a 3-6 pair. Okay. I was hoping there'd be something more in here. Well, we need to put the 2 in here first off. It would be erroneous to leave that one out, that's for sure, and then come back to the end and be like, what the heck did I do? Does that 3-6 help us much? Or at all, maybe is the better way to look at it. And the 8, well, maybe the 8 is something to look at, because we know there has to be a 1 on it, so this has to be a 1. Because we had this one a while ago, and I just hadn't gotten back to looking at this. Now, we said the possibilities for an 8 cage are 1, 2, 5, and 1, 3, 4. We can't have a 2 on it, so this must be a 1, 3, 4. What does that leave for the rest of the row in that region, maybe? The 5 can go anywhere. The 6 can go in one of these 2, and the 7 can go anywhere. So again, I don't think we quite have enough info there. Maybe this is No, because again, we could put a 2 up here, so we're not really pushing the boundaries of the 16 cage yet. We do know there has to be a 1 in one of these. There has to be a 1 in one of these. Okay, there's something. This is a 1. Again, it's a little guy. This one of these is a 1. It is something. We have to cling to everything we can get sometimes. One of these has to be a 1, but that's not really doing anything. I marked these because these actually were helpful in some. Although, not really if I just looked at this one, but. Again, so what about this guy? Once again, we can do multiple things with it. It could still be 2, 4. It can't be 4, 8 anymore. But it could also, again, be 3, 6. What other clues do I have? I have not really looked at this 32 clue yet. At least not beyond the initial look at it. Maybe that's the next step. I was trying to see if there's anything with this black Kropki that would create issues because of some of these other pairings we have. Oh, we could just use the 3s. Okay, I just saw that now as I was talking about this. The 3 can't be any of these, and we have a 3, 6 pair down here, so this can't be. So this is a 3, 6 pair. Okay. Again, we're getting little bits of, we're getting little nuggets here and there, but it's helping. Maybe now we probably have to be getting to a point where we need to start looking at this. What's the bare minimum here? I'm going to put them as the corner marks, because if I put the possibilities here as these central marks, I might mess up and forget that I had, or what I had. So the bare minimum here now, because we have 1, 2, 3, and 6 is 4, 5. So we're at 9. This is 11. We've got 12 now here. So we need 20 more in what's remaining, all of this. These bare minimums, again, are going to be 4 and 5. So that's another 9 taken out. So we're at these 3 digits, which have to equal 11. But there's a ton of ways to do that, I think. Maybe we need to do a little bit more work before we get to that 32. Like, no, I think I already looked at this, didn't I? Yeah, the only thing we can rule out is a 6 being here. But anyway, so the 2s now have to be in here somewhere. So this has to be a 2. Okay, there's something. Then we get these 3 digits that have to be from 5, 6, and 7. We don't have any 5, 6, or 7s in the grid to work with, apart from these 3 6s here, but we have to have a 6 in one of these 2 because of that. What about this 18, the 16 cage, or not cage, little killer? Because we do have that 2 in here now, so we're up to 10. These 2 have to equal to 6 in some way. This one is either 2, 4, or 5. This could be 1, 4. That's the highest I get for is 4. So this can't be 4, because this would have to be 2. So this is just 2 or 5 at this point. And this being 1 or 4 doesn't seem to do much for us, though. I finished all the 9s, right? Okay, yeah, I did. The 8s. One of these has to be an 8. Means one of these has to be an 8. And one of those 3 has to be an 8. That doesn't help us any. One of these 2 has to be... Okay, wait. 8 here. One of these 2. These 2 has to be an 8, which rules this out. Which means this is an 8. Not a ton of information there, but again, it's something we got to keep pecking away. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Where does a 3 go? I looked at it kind of a weird way to do it, but there can't be a 3 in any of these. This is a 3. So this is a 6 and a 3. No, this isn't a 6. Did the 6 or the 3s do anything for us? Do not think so. We know there has to be a 6 in one of these, so this can't be a 6. Because we can't repeat digits in a cage, obviously. Trying to get us down to some sort of triple or something like that that's going to give us more information. What other clues do we have? We've still got this 32, which I still have not really done much with. I don't think I can do a whole lot more with. This one got a little tough quickly here. Well, this can be just about any digit, so I can't really, well, I mean, I guess it can't be anything, but it could be, it can't be 4, it can't be 1, it can be 1, it can't be 2 or 3, and it can't be 4. It can't be 4 because we have to put a 4 in this cage. Maybe that's what it is. This sees every bit of this cage. It can't be the 3, like we said. It can't be 5 because we have to put 5 in here. It can't be 6. It can't be 7. It can't be 8. This is the 1, which means this is the 4, which means none of these are 4, and this is a 4. Now we can do something here, right? Because now we have 14. So this must be our 2. Get rid of that guy. This must be the 2. Get rid of all that marking. And we've got some information now. What are these 2 digits? Because it's going to give us what this is. These are 5 and 7, which means this one has to be a 4. This one is 5 or 7 because it can't be a 6. We already knew there had to be a 6 up here, so. What about these guys? We need to have 5, 6, and 7. There's absolutely nothing that rules out any of those. Okay. 16 is done. Rockies are more or less done. Cages are pretty darn close to being done. Can we come back to here because we've ruled out something over here? We know one of these has to be a 6, but yeah, we can't. The other one's 5 or 7. Okay, so no, we don't have anything there. Okay, what else? What do we got? What do we got? You know, one of these has to be a 6 too. Is that anything? Because it creates an X-wing, so we know none of these can be 6. That's not quite enough. I don't believe. All right, let's go back and look at our diagonal here, and let's start looking at our mins and maxes again. And 3. This could be, well, what is this? It can't be 1, it can't be 2, it can't be 3, it can't be 4. It could be a 5, it can't be 6, and it could be a 7. It can't be 8 or 9. So this is a 5-7 pair. So what is this? This is a 4-8 pair. Now we've got some guaranteed digits here. So let's look at it. We've got 2, 9, 14, 18. We're at 19 now for our bare minimum to start with. So we need 13 more in these 4 digits. What are these as the minimums? This could be a 3. It could be a 5, a 6, or a 7. This guy can be a 1, 5, 6, 7. So we only have it could be as low as a 4 down here, which is pretty good. But I think we can rule out 7, right? Because we said we had to have 13. If we were to put 7 in either of these, the bare minimum we could put on it would be a 1. So that would be 8. So we'd have 5 left. We can never make 5 out of these 2. Right? 18, 19. Yeah, we need 13. So I can't put a 7 on either one of these. Because again, there would be a bare minimum of 8. These would have to be 5. And the 1, 2, and 3 are already taken up. So what's the bare minimum here? 4, 5, right? So we have 9, 10, plus this 24, that's 28. These have to equal 4. Okay, so it does work out. I just had to do it the right way. These are 1 and 3, which means this is 1. I think we're done with the 1s, aren't we? Yeah, and we're going to get an 8 out of it too. And we also have this 3, 4 looking at here. So this is 5. So that's going to force the 7 and the 5. And this is going to give us a 4. Did we get anything else out of that? We do. What's this one? It's a given of something. It must be 6. These have to be from 5 and 7. Not quite there, but it's going to give us this digit, which is a 6. These two have to be from 7 and 8. This has to be 7 because we have an 8 here. 7 and 8. Okay, we're getting close to being good with this one, I think. This one has to have 5 and 6 in it. That's not quite enough. Let's just go through our list of Sudoku. So I think we've used all the other clues as best we can. The 2 is done. Good thing I looked back. The 3. One of these is a 3. That's not really useful. Oh, the 4, there it is. 3 and 4. Sometimes I just can't see some of the stuff until I start poking around and putting this stuff in. So the 3 now is going to be done, and it's going to set our 6, 3 here. So we should be done with 3s. We are. 4s then, I think we're good with 4, yeah, there. And no, we're not quite done with 4s. There has to be a 4 here. What about the 5? We don't really have much on 5s, which is interesting. What about 6s? Because we did have a couple of those going. Nope. 7s are a bit lacking. 8s. We do have an 8, which is going to set up our 4s. So this is 8, this is 4 and 8. I think we're done with 8s now. Yeah, we can go look at our 4s again. So we have to put a 4 here. Now we should be able to kind of figure out these last few digits. These have to be from 5 and 7. Is it the column? And what else? I don't know if these three here are going to be too useful. We need 5, 6, and 7. This can't be a 5, so one of these is a 5. We know that these are, what, 6 and 7, right? Oh, there we go. I need this row. Again, just sometimes I have to start putting things in there just so it's visible. This has to be a 6. It's the only thing left here. So this is 5, then 6. 5, we'll rule this out as a 5. So this is a 6, 7 pair. This one's just a given 7 because of that the regions. Therefore, this is 6. Get rid of those. And this is going to be a given digit of 5. So therefore, we can continue to finalize all of these. This one has to be that 7. So this is the 5, 7, 5, 7. These couple are givens. This has to be 6. This has to be 7. And what do these two have to be? We need a 5 and a 6. So therefore, this is 5 and this is 6. There we go. Solution is correct. Got it. Whew. So that was a great puzzle. I really started off quite strong, and I wouldn't say easy, but there were certainly some obvious givens here throughout that we could start with, but then it kind of settled back down in the middle there. We had to kind of regroup and figure out what the heck we were doing. But at the end of the day, we got it figured out, so that's good. Love the puzzle. Hope you all did too. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.